Okay, guys, sorry about that. Anyway, okay, yeah, I got somebody give me a 5 for 5 in there if you would. Be much appreciated. As a matter of fact, I think what I'm going to do here before we move forward, I need to do this real quick. I'm testing something. So if you guys could just bear with me here. I'm going to put out I'm going to pull this up. Bear with me here. And I want to share that. Just put live now. YouTube ain't been sending out notifications across the whole platform lately. They've been having a rough time with that, I guess. I don't know why, but yeah. So that's what's going on with that. But yeah. So I would just say that. Now. So, okay, guys, we're going to go ahead and get into it here. We'll go ahead and start with, let's see. Start here. Okay, we had a flare last night. Multiple flares, different sunspots. It's, yeah. We also had an uptick in the solar wind. It really got pretty active. Okay, it almost went into storm level multiple times. This was actually faster solar wind than what we experienced with this. So, but this was a long duration flare. So with that, typically a CME will be accompanying that. Usually the CME is quite sizable. And let me tell you, this one's pretty big. Again, I'm not going to come out here and try to say anything about how strong it's going to be. First off, it's way too early for that. Second, I'm going to wait this time and see more data before I make any kind of conclusion on that, just for the mere fact of what just happened with the forecasting being wrong. I don't want to do that again if we can help it. Obviously, we're not going to get it right every time because it is a forecast. It's meant to have some sort of fluctuation in what we're seeing. There is some fail-safes built into those, and plus or minus hours or whatever is always built into the equation. But with that being said, we'll take a first look at the sun here. There's where that bigger flare, well, the biggest one came from here, but this one down here fired one right before, right at the end of the day. But there was CMEs with all of these, plus filament releases. So the NASA model of this one, the Enlil spiral, it isn't showing anything but the first one. And the NASA one's showing it missing us, the first one. I think I showed that one to you guys already last night. So we'll just, yeah, I'm pretty sure it hasn't updated since then. Not the NASA one. Now this one's the Enlil spiral for NOAA, and they do a pretty decent job most of the time. Now they were forecasting us to, get hit here on the 4th, at least with this spiral. This spiral graph is not matching their forecasting. So I don't know what's going on with that yet. So we're just going to have to wait and see. Again, we got days before these things are going to get here. And again, I'm going to go ahead and say this. At least the one CME is a full halo, okay? And it's not going off the backside. It's coming our direction. So how hard it hits us and how strong it is, I can't say that for now, but I can tell you this. I've never seen one so much straight dead on. It wasn't like the last X flare where I even said it looked like it could miss us to the south. This one does not look like that whatsoever. This is different. But anyway, here is the X-ray absorption graph. Again, the flaring is going to be here with this right here. This is more so radiation and stuff like that. This is the flare part. This is stuff that hangs around. So again, we'll just run through this real quick. Now, notice how when that flare hit, notice it wasn't, because, if you remember back, even with that X flare, it was like just a big flash, right? Watch this. This is the whole time lapse. Watch what happens. See it stay on there? So that's pretty long duration. So here, and before I show it to you on SDO, check this out. This is the Discover data. Look at this. Look at the solar wind speed. It didn't even crack 500 with the CME, and we didn't have a CME, and we're up over 600 in some spots here. And our magnetosphere did feel it. It hit us. So whatever it was, whether it might have been some lagging of maybe that CME was just a little bit out of time, and it took a little bit more to get here. Maybe that's what this is. I don't know. Nobody's ever said what that was. What this is. They're just saying, hey, we got some space weather. I think it could possibly be part of that CME that kind of missed us, but this one's here is just kind of lagging along. So, neither here nor there, but that happened. Now, the BZ was bouncing around, so was the phi angle. Now, the density was staying pretty rock solid here, okay? But what was moving was the solar wind speed. So, what happens if they actually hit Earth? It just depends on how strong they are. We'll go over that in just a second, okay? Morning stars, good to see you. But anyway, as you can see here, this is SDO. This is the satellite right out in front of Earth. It's in geosynchronistic orbit, which means it stays over the same place as our planet in almost like a figure 8 pattern, and it's always looking at the sun. I believe it's like 36,000 miles or 38 right out in front of us. So it does have some protection from solar wind from our magnetic field a good part of the time. Now you get out towards where Soho's at, that's 1,000,000 miles closer to the sun. That protection ain't there. So let's go back here and we will take it back to the first. And we're going to take a look at it on, let's take a look at it on the 131 first. This is different angstrom of light. And what you're going to see, I'll go down here. This is where the first one was. Watch. There's multiple ones firing off over here. Okay? Here, there's filaments releasing. And then you'll see the big one here. It doesn't go away very fast at all, so I don't even got to point it out. Just watch. It looks like a light bulb coming on. See that? Obviously you do. I mean, it's kind of rhetorical, but anyway, so that's what's going on there. Now, there was a filament here that was trying to release off. I think it might have. And that would have been like a smaller CME type of thing with plasma. So we've got like 3 or 4 of these things that could possibly be coming our way. This big one here most definitely is. Okay? And I'll show you here in just a second exactly why I'm saying that. But I do want to show this to you in a couple different other angstroms first. Let's take a look at the 304. We'll be able to see the filaments better on this one. And the other thing here too, guys, we're going to be able to see these filaments stand up. That's pretty tall. See that filament there kind of whipped out? And there's that flare. And there was a CME, like I said, with it. But you can track these filaments all the way down. They're dark shadows. These things are large. Now that one right there just kind of fell back to the planet, back to the sun, I'm sorry. But that one there is probably going to erupt again eventually. Unless it just kind of like broke apart completely. But as you can see here, there's the first flare happened down here, and then there was another one here, and then up here, everywhere, guys. I mean, it was just everywhere. The whole front of the sun was very, very active last night. So let me go to the 94 angstrom, and this is where it's really, really evident with flares. You'll see it. It's like a bright light, man. Right here, you'll see it. And then take your eyes up here to this one. See that? It just kind of hangs around. I mean, it's pretty intense. So yeah, exactly. The Earth's right here. You see it like spitting, boom, 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 and then the big one, right? Those could end up being their own little individual CMEs. We just got to wait and see what kind of data comes in with them. But here's seeds. So let's take a look back here on the first. Okay, this was yesterday. And there's the one at the end of the day here. So you can definitely see how active this got. Now they're saying this one here might even give us a glancing blow. These are large. Okay, now granted, this one isn't coming right at us, but there is a chance it could sideswipe us. But anyway, so we'll go to the next day here, and this is where you're going to see the halo. Boom. Right there. Okay, there's no doubt about it. That right there absolutely does not show any signs of missing us. That black occulter disc is right out in front of us. That's a physical disc on the camera. Okay, or on the tool. So when you see all that energy out and about around, that means it's coming right at you. It's like looking at a big tornado off in the distance. They tell you if it looks like it's standing still, that it's coming at you. Because it's not moving side to side. That's kind of exactly what you're seeing here. Now, there's one of two options. Is it going off the back or is it coming at us? How do we know? Well, we got to have a side view of it, pretty much. Okay, so we'll go look at stereo A and check this out. So it's going to the right. Earth would be over here. Satellite would be kind of here, just kind of closer to you. And those are multiple ejections. We're not missing this one. We didn't miss the last one. It just wasn't that strong. The timing was off on it. That's the part of the forecast that was wrong. It did hit us. We got into geomagnetic storms. It just wasn't as strong as everybody thought it was going to be. So, but that's how we know. So I do think, and now we don't have the one on the second yet. So let's go over here to, we'll take a look at ISWA. Sometimes when you can't get stereo A imaging on seeds, you can come over here to ISWA, and it'll be updated to where we can at least get a look at it. Okay, so let me back this up. Actually, I'm just going to just refresh that real quick. Okay, so again, this is our side view. It starts on the 31st on Halloween. Okay, there's one there. Another one, and then there's that one. That's the one that most likely, that happened at the end of the day. So I do think that's the one that was kind of on the bottom part of the sun. This one is not showing that one that fired off right at the top, right in the middle yet. So we got to wait on more data there. Now, I just showed you SOHO over on Seed, so I'm going to show you SOHO over here on ISWA, and they've got more data here. So check this out. Okay, there's the one that fired off. There's two of them that fire off over there, and then here's the big one. Okay, you see how it just fully halos us? That's what halo is nothing more than a word because it looks like a halo around that occulter disc. That's all that it is. It does indicate what direction it's going, at least front to back, and it can give you a good idea how what size it actually is too, how it spreads out. You know, it's kind of like buckshot, and I've said that before. You don't have like a real tight target pattern. It kind of spreads out. That's kind of the point of a shotgun. It's supposed to spread out. And that's exactly what's going on here, too. So, yeah. Okay, the Schumann. It is acting we're getting a few little, I hate to call it the Schumann. It's the tool that shows the Schumann Resonance. But we did have some data drop out right there. I'm not sure what was going on with that. I don't have a good answer for that. I wouldn't hold too much stock in that right there. We haven't seen it drop data in a while. So, you know, local weather and stuff can actually knock these things out. Just so you guys understand that. They're here on the ground. They're based on the ground. So, now let's go here to spaceweather.com. Go give them some love, guys. And you can see right here, they're saying the same exact thing I just said, pretty much. Might be a little different, but it's pretty close to it. I think everybody's a little bit more cautious of jumping out here and saying, hey, I think this is going to smack us real hard. I'm the same way. I'm not going to be saying that, okay? I don't want to mislead people, so I'm not going to do that. That we missed the last one, the whole community did. Not just what we do here, even mainstream missed it. Everybody missed it across the board. The only thing that I guess I did mention, hey, I do think it might miss us to the south. It had a chance, judging by the way that it fired off, and I showed it to you guys on my video. But I'm not trying to say, oh, I'm the only one that's seen it, ha ha ha, you know, feather in my hat. No, not at all. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying that most everybody was like, hey, man, this thing's going to really get us. It's going to hit us pretty hard. We're going to get some good aurora, all that. It just didn't materialize that time, guys. But you can definitely see, okay? Now, always keep in mind, and I want to stress this a little bit so people remember this, that when you get a flare that does what this is doing, it's a long duration one. You'll see it here too, or wherever it's flaring. But you can also go back over here to NOAA Space Weather Prediction Center, and you see this. If it's not a long duration flare, it will look kind of like this one. Straight up, straight down. This one kind of went up there, kind of hung around just for a second. But look at this one. Here, and look at the big swooping motion all the way down. Okay, so those X-rays were really coming off the sun for an extended period of time. That's hours. We're talking 3, 6, probably 9 hours. A 9-hour solar flare. I mean, it's really what it was. Now, obviously, the strongest part of it didn't last for 9 hours. I mean, that would be ridiculous. But what I'm saying is, you can definitely see. And again, guys, I want to stress: look how close we are to geomagnetic storms already. So if we're going to sit here and look at this, we got to take that in consideration here in the next couple of days when these other ones get close to us. We may end up, seeing some of these things. So, just saying. And again, I'll be coming on here and letting you guys know and give you guys updates. But I want to show this to you again here on the 94. So I think this gives us kind of the best view and the best representation of a long duration. See that? It just kind of hangs on, man. So, and what I find interesting, the whole front of the sun was destabilized. I mean, everything was moving. Filaments. You've seen shock waves from these CMEs, both of them, just rippling across the atmosphere of the sun, the surface. You can see it. So, I really don't think this one's going to miss us, guys. I don't think that's going to miss us. The X-rays have already hit us, okay? I'm not sure if there's any radiation, like protons, an excessive amount of protons heading our way. I wouldn't think so, because I would have thought they would already be here. They're usually a little bit behind the initial X-ray blast we get. But, yeah. We did get into a radio blackout situation just for about an hour. I think it was over South Africa when that was facing the sun when that hit, if I remember correctly. But yeah. So yeah, guys, I will be back on a little bit later. I don't have a whole lot of time this morning. I just wanted to hop on here and let you guys know what was up and what was going on, just to make sure everybody kind of, got an idea of there was stuff that happened last night. The sun got very, very active, very, very quick. So please just understand that. Nothing to be fearful, okay? 100%, never fear. So that's what I'm saying. But yeah, so you guys okay in there? Let me say hi to everybody here real quick. Angelo in the Bronx, baby, Arizona. Anna, Brittany, how you doing? Johnny Blaze, what's up? Sharon, what's up? Leanne, Ash, Julie. Is everybody okay in there today, guys? Hey, Mark, Justin, Cindy, good to see you. Anna, I think I said hi to you already, but okay. Oh, it's okay, Johnny. Good to see you, man. That's right. Guys, you have to say it. Angelo's always holding it down in the Bronx for us, baby. You got to put that baby on the end of it. You have to. What's up, Mark? You? Hey, Hidoka. Good to see you. Jerry, what's up? That's right. You're always 5 for 5, Angelo. Hey, Steven. Karen, what's up? Mine for knowledge. Good to see you. Josh, what's happening? Hey, Dave, what's up? Much love back at you. Toluca, good to see you. Just us, how you doing? But yeah, guys, so I will be back on later on today, give you an update, and we're going to talk about a few other things that I talked about yesterday. I got some research stuff I want to share with you. I wasn't planning on doing it this morning anyway. I just wanted to hop on here real quick and let you guys know what was going on with the sun. So I just want to make sure you guys got that information. I'm sure there's going to be others out there talking about it too. And, there's guys out there that know how to report on this. Just got to go find them, okay? I'm not the only one. Just got to watch who you watch, and you guys know. Trust your gut. That's what I would say. Okay, I don't have to like them. You're not going to offend me. Just so everybody knows. If you enjoy watching somebody and you think you're getting good information there, watch them, guys, please. Hey Jennifer, what's up? Hey Ash. Hey Vicky. Just kind of go into it with the that mindset that hey, if you guys get anything out of watching anybody's channel, I would never discourage anybody from watching them. I got, every once in a while I get questions, hey, who should I watch, this and that. Obviously, I'm not going to send you guys to people that are vulgar. That's just something I would never do because I just think it's the right thing. It's not something I would do, right? Hey, Anna, what's up? And so with that being said, even though they, certain channels might have a really abrasive frontward appearance, doesn't mean that they're stupid. Okay? And that's what I'm trying to say. Again, I would point you guys to my subscription list. You're probably going to find some stuff in there. I'm not going to point it out, obviously. But I don't hide your subscription list. It's there. You can see who I subscribe to. And I do it just so I try to sift through some of the information that everybody's putting out. I don't care who it is. There's people on my subscription list that have called me names, ripped me up one downside the other. Whatever. I just want to be able to have as much truth as I can get and knowledge that I can get, and I don't care where it comes from. Like I said, I worked in a factory for 20 years, so I'm able to handle a whole lot of cussing and a whole lot of vulgarity, right? And I understand that a lot of you guys, and I don't want to stereotype here, but a lot of women don't like that. Especially women of my age, like in their 40s and older. It just doesn't, and men too. Okay, I don't want to leave you guys out either. It's just not it's not a good look. You know what I mean? So if I want you guys to hear what I'm saying, I'm not going to come out here and do that. And I don't judge people that are. I'm just saying I'm not going to send people to those guys. Never will. So, but anyway, hey Art, what's up? Hey Pepper, what's up, PA? Good to see you. Hey Pamela. Jennifer Buck's in the house. If I missed anybody, I am sorry. Hey Aaron, what's up? Aquila, what's going on? Yeah, Arizona, I think most of us do. Hey Joe, what's going on, brother? Good to see you in here, man. Hope you're doing good today, man. So yeah, I just, and I know I say it a lot, but I truly believe that. I can't get myself to come out here, and again, when I get mad at Arizona, unless my kids are around, like my young kids, yeah, I'll let the F-bomb slip every once in a while. I don't do it on purpose. It just does. Let me say this too, guys. I haven't said this in a very long time. But if you really look at it, words mean things. But at the same time, you have to understand that somebody assigned that word its meaning. Okay? So, like the 4-letter words we use, we'll just use the F word, right? Well, what if somebody, instead of saying the F word, said, in a very hateful tone, wall? That's a 4-letter word. Would anybody be offended by that? See what I'm saying? It's more so the context that's around it, and it's more so the delivery of how it's being said. That's really what makes it a cuss word or a swear word. At least in my mind. And not everybody's going to agree with me there. And again, I'm not going to come out here and use those words because I know it offends other people. That's why I don't. Right? So that's just what I'm saying. Send my daughter's link. Oh, to her channel. She ain't active on her channel right now. Thanks though. Thanks for asking. She may be starting to back up here around Christmas. She's wanting an iPad for Christmas. Said she wants to start a YouTube channel and get working on that and her TikTok. That's different, Arizona. You know, it is, honestly. I hate to say that, but I do actually feel that is, if there's one word you shouldn't use, it would be GD. That's because you're well, the word damn in itself is not good. You know, if you truly, again, it's about intent, but you can't put the Lord's name with it. At least from my religious standpoint. Okay, I'm not saying anybody else has to believe this, but from my religious standpoint, I can't say that. And let me tell you, when every once in a while when it slips out, man, I feel bad. I mean, horrible. I feel horrible. You know, so I don't know if it's my upbringing that makes me feel bad like that, or if it's just, hey, man, I really said that. You know, and you get disappointed in yourself and, and everything else. But that's one word I try my best not to say. So just understand that. The other words, I mean, they're words, right? Again, words mean something. Words can hurt people. But those words had to be assigned a definition at some point. So who decided what words were bad and who decided what words were good? You know what I mean? That's kind of what I'm getting at here. And that's how I kind of, when I'm talking to somebody else, I can get past their vulgarity because in their mind it's probably not vulgar. And some of it is, you know, if they're all just being hateful and like that's different. But if somebody's having a normal conversation with you and those words just kind of slip out with no hateful intent or anything, I tend to think that those people really aren't really trying to say something bad. You know what I mean? It really is about the delivery a little bit. You know, and again, somebody had to sign that word, its definition. So what if they took the word wall and made it an extremely bad word, and we're out here saying, hey, hang that picture on the wall. You know what I mean? That's just kind of what I'm saying. Okay, yeah, that's your advice for today, I guess. Whatever. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get off here, guys. I will be back later with an update and everything, and we'll talk about some other stuff then when I have the time. I do really have some stuff I want to share with you, so just understand, and we'll get there, and it's just going to take me a minute, and I don't have the time to stay here and explain it the way I need to. So, anyway, guys, God bless. Yahusha saves. You can drink.